There's only one thing you need to know to survive, and that's everything.
Alright, hopping straight into it, I'm going to be going over my personal settings and why I use said settings, because I know my settings, my buttons have been a very requested and asked question in the comments, so this video, it's finally here, my settings and why I use them. So to start off with my keybinds, I play on customized ninja, so that is utilizing my L1 and R1s for jump and crouch. L1, R1 are very responsive curves. I know some people like to use them for ADS and for their shoot. I personally like to use them for jump and crouch. They're my Titanfall 2 settings, and my Rocket League settings as well. I'm really comfortable using L1, R1 for jump and crouch. I think it's really nice, really solid. It allows me to do jump shots and shoot and jump, and I feel like it maximizes my movement potential. My ability is on circle. As a crypto, I don't really use ability that much, and circle isn't like a button I press that much anyway, so it's kind of just there for when I use it. Maybe use my drone, it gets destroyed, I don't have an ability for 40 seconds anyway. My ping is on down. It used to be on X, but long story short, in season 5 I couldn't loot any death boxes, so I had to change it. But that is my control scheme, and that's been my control scheme for pretty much since the start of Apex.
Came out of my drone. I'm good to go.
I meant to do that. Alright, moving on to my settings and my sensitivity. I use 7.5 on the classic response curve. Let's get that out of the way. I like my high sense. 7 is it's really nice. It allows me to I've always prioritizing my movement over my aim, just in any game I play. And in Apex, for example, rotating to a door, if I'm getting from the back, maybe sliding to a door. Don't get me wrong, you can do this in any sense, but on a higher sense, it feels a lot better. 5 is for the my ADS speed. I don't have any per optics, it's all 5. 5 is really nice. Sometimes it feels a bit slow, but it really is nice. Classic response curve. For my Titanfall 2 days, I use crouch on toggle. That's the other main thing that I know I use here. I tried using crouch and hold. It's a bit weird, not really for me. Crouch and toggle just makes it a lot more sense, especially in a game like Apex. If I want to crouch, I want to stay crouched. If I'm behind cover, popping a bat, medkit, etc. Maybe if using my drone. Dead zones on console or controller, dead zones are all kind of small. They're never at none, just to counter any stick drift, because you get a lot of stick drift, especially since I use a regular DualShock 4 controller. Alright, moving on to the last of my settings, I use auto sprint, which is pretty self-explanatory, and all this stuff is kind of personal preference. Stuff with especially stuff with anonymous mode, sheer mode, all this stuff is kind of personal preference, and I don't use any colorblind settings. I have my default colors on.